The European Union going nuclear. Why is the European Union starting 2022 with a plan to heavily invest in nuclear and gas energies instead of clean, environmentally friendly renewables? Is the EU going too far by labeling nuclear and gas energies green? Is the plan good for the economy? There's a war going on between the corporate and renewable energy lobbies. But who is winning? Welcome to the World Econ News, your daily dose of economics and finance. If you're interested in topics influencing the world's economies and global financial flows, this is the place for you. Watch till the end if you want to get the latest on everything. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button to get the latest updates. Let's go. The EU is the largest energy importer in the world. It imports about 57% of all its energy needs at an annual cost of around $400 to $470 billion. The range of energy sources available in the EU are mainly made up of 5 different sources: petroleum products, 35%, natural gas, 23%, renewable energy, 16%, and nuclear energy, 26%. There are 106 nuclear power reactors in 13 European Union countries. These plants produce approximately 26% of the electricity generated in the whole of the EU. France is the EU's heavyweight in generating nuclear energy. It alone provides half of the total nuclear energy. Now, let's move to answering the big question. Why is the European Union starting 2022 with a plan to heavily invest in nuclear and gas energies? The non-official answer, which politicians avoid talking about, despite the obviousness of the matter, is that by the year 2025, approximately 1/3 of the European Union's currently operational nuclear reactors will be at the end of their life cycle and need to be shut down. No, they can't extend these reactors' lives. They're toast by 2025 and must be taken apart. There are also other reactors that either currently or soon will be decommissioned due to political reasons. For example, Italy, Belgium, Germany, and Switzerland are politically set on fading out nuclear reactors as soon as possible, mostly by 2030. Their decisions are purely political, regardless of whether the plant's life cycle has ended or not. They're mainly motivated by the popular demand for an end to nuclear energy and reactors. The EU political elite did not mention this fact about decommissioning and fading out nuclear plants as a reason for their recently announced plans to adopt nuclear and gas power as green investment. The decision did not come out of nowhere. It came after a year-long battle between the governments over which investments are truly climate-friendly. Keep in mind that battle is probably moving to court because Austria and Germany, among other members, strongly oppose the plan. Here is what the European Commission said in a statement. Taking account of scientific advice and current technological progress, as well as varying transition challenges across member states, the Commission considers there is a role for natural gas and nuclear power as a means to facilitate the transition towards a predominantly renewable-based future. The interesting section in the plan goes as follows. Nuclear power is a large-scale, low-greenhouse gas energy source that can continue to make a significant contribution to the Paris Agreement, 2-degree centigrade goal, and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Not a single sane, educated, informed person on the face of this planet would accept nuclear and gas energies as green, right? They're far from that. This leads us to the second question. Is the EU going too far by labeling nuclear and gas energy green? The answer is absolutely yes. The EU is going too far. Some argue that the EU is merely using this strategy as a bridge until it's able to produce more true renewable energy such as wind, hydro, geothermal, and solar energies, among others. Most experts and nearly all international environmental and climate change organizations collectively agree that the EU's plan and new agenda constitute obvious greenwashing and tampering with the universally accepted definition of green label. They argue that the EU's true aim by applying the green label to non-climate-friendly projects is to make new investments in such greenwashed power projects more attractive to private capital. 6 of the climate change organizations' arguments are as follows. Number 1. Nuclear waste. The waste generated by nuclear reactors remains radioactive for tens to hundreds of thousands of years. There is yet a solution on what to do with this waste, thus will probably be dumped in nature. Number 2. Nuclear proliferation. There is a great concern that the development of nuclear energy programs increases the likelihood of creating, thus using nuclear weapons. Number 3. Accidents. Human error and natural disasters can lead to dangerous and costly accidents. Look at the example of Chernobyl in Russia, 1986, and Fukushima in Japan in 2011, which has cost an immense amount of unaccountable deaths even till this day due to the radioactivity. Number 4. Cancer risk. In addition to the significant risk of cancer associated with fallout from nuclear disasters, studies also show increased risk for those who reside near a nuclear power plant. Number 5. Water-intensive and location issues. Nuclear plants need to be located near a source of water for cooling, and there aren't enough locations in the world that are safe from droughts, flooding, hurricanes, earthquakes, or other potential disasters that could trigger a nuclear accident. Number 6. Cost. Unlike renewables, which are now the cheapest energy sources, nuclear costs are on the rise and many plants are being shut down or in danger of being shut down for economic reasons. As for the use of natural gas, here is the environmentalist argument against natural gas. They say that while it's true that gas emits roughly half the CO2 emissions of coal when burned in power plants, gas infrastructure is also associated with leaks of methane, a potent global warming gas. The fact that it emits 50% less CO2 must only result in labeling it as a temporary bridge power, meaning to be utilized until green power projects are complete. The experts and analysts agree the EU plan to go nuclear will jeopardize the Union's goals of cutting CO2 and methane emissions, because investments in the hundreds of billions of dollars will be allocated towards truly harmful and dirty energies that are greenwashed on paper. This leads us to the next question. Is the plan good for the economy? No, not even remotely. A nuclear reactor these days costs approximately $9 billion, if not more, because such projects are extremely complex and always hit hurdles. Several nuclear reactors in Europe are already years behind schedule, such as the Hinkley Point C plant in the UK. A plant in Flamanville, France is 8 years behind schedule, and the Olkiluoto 3 plant in Finland is 11 years behind schedule. Extensive delays have resulted in significant cost overruns throughout the history of nuclear plants worldwide. And who's going to pay for that? I guess you already know the answer to that question. I'll state something that's widely accepted. Nuclear energy is not viable and never was. Many renowned organizations issued reports about this fact. According to a report issued by the German Institute for Economic Research, known as DIW Berlin, they reviewed the development of 674 nuclear power plants built since 1951, finding that none of the plants were built using private capital under competitive conditions, meaning the big nuclear energy firms milked the governments. Here are some important quotes from the report. The study results showed that in all cases, an investment would generate significant financial losses. The weighted average net present value was around minus 4.8 billion euros. Even in the best case, the net present value was approximately minus 1.5 billion euros. The authors of the report included conservative assumptions with high electricity prices, low capital costs, and specific investment. Considering all assumptions regarding the uncertain parameters, nuclear energy is never profitable. Hence, governments are wasting money in a dangerous, non-renewable, dirty power source. This leads us to an important last question regarding the economy of nuclear power. Is there a war between the corporate and renewable energy lobbies, and who is winning? Yes, there is. And the recent plan by the EU is a clear signal that the nuclear energy lobby is winning. In the EU, there is a nuclear energy lobby called Foratom, which is a Brussels-based trade association for the nuclear energy industry in Europe. The membership of Foratom is made up of 15 national nuclear associations representing nearly 3,000 firms. As per their website, the nuclear sector in the EU employs 1 million people, and nuclear energy is a green, clean investment. Unfortunately, there are only 5 EU members, Germany, Austria, Luxembourg, Portugal, and Denmark, that are fiercely demanding that the European Commission keep nuclear power out of the EU's Green Financial Plan. However, they collectively comprise less than 20% of the member states and less than 25% of the overall European Union population. Thus, they would be unable to block the European Commission's plans. In conclusion, a large bloc in the EU led by France seems to be determined to greenwash nuclear and gas power and force the allocation of hundreds of billions of dollars towards mainly building new nuclear reactors and upgrading existing ones. France is performing very aggressive maneuvering towards achieving this goal, mainly because it is and will be the most economically and financially rewarding nation as a result of the new plan. Would you like to learn more about what influences the world's economies and global financial flows? Click on one of the videos that shows up on the left or go to our channel to find other interesting topics. See you in the next one.